What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? I'm back again. I'm trying, emphasis on trying, to catch up on all the Schmoedown matches I've missed last couple of weeks. I'm finally watching the Mark Reilly versus Liz Shannon Miller, which I believe was a pay-per-view event a week or two ago. I don't know. I full disclosure, I have a meeting with Mark Reilly in about 2 hours, an hour and a half-ish, so I figured I should probably watch the one Schmoedown match he's been in the last couple of weeks prior to that. So, yeah, this should be pretty fun and interesting, but, Mark Reilly is my guy. Obviously, I'm on his Patreon. That's why I'm meeting with him later tonight for his writer's room. I've got the Dan merch. It's a little bit sullied because I kind of put all of my Schmoedown hoodies in my in the washing machine, and I have to say I have a bunch of black ones, and this is one of the only two white ones. And yeah, it's kind of blackish, but I don't care because it's still got the Dan logo. And again, I feel like I have to say this every time now. I have nothing against the usual suspects. I just happen to like the people they play against. That's just a thing. Okay, because sometimes I've noticed I almost never wear usual suspects hoodies whenever I watch Schmoedown matches. But whatever. Liz Shannon Miller is a strong player. One of the strongest that Mark Reilly has ever had to face off against. And obviously I'm still kind of bitter over the loss he had to Ben Bateman earlier this year. We won't get into any of that because there was a lot of controversy surrounding that match. But yeah, I'm still supporting my guy Mark Reilly, and let's get on with the thing. Obviously, I've got two markers. Not sure what I need them. I'm probably not going to get anything right at all, but you know, you never know. Anyways, here we go. I like it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown alongside Andrew Guy. I'm merely Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. In the matchup we have today, we are talking about two competitors who have been in the league for a little while here. Andrew, one of them making a lot of noise, both in singles and in teams. That would be Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. Her opponent, an all-time legend of stature so great, he's got an award named after him. It is Mark Yodi Reilly coming back.
Yeah, two absolute fan favorites going head-to-head today. As you said, veterans of the game. And these are the matches I love, man, because you and I, we just get to sit back and watch the masters at work. We've got great managers with Sam and Kate here, and Reilly and Liz know this game back and forth. We've got a former champion, and of course, I think Liz truly is one of the best players in the league yet to win a belt. And maybe, just maybe, 2021 is her year.
Yeah, you know, you go back and you look at that pay-per-view event we had not too long ago where she played so well alongside her teammate Ethan Irwin in a huge victory for the Team Lightning time. Now she's back in singles, and she takes on Mark Reilly, who Mark Reilly has one of those minds where if it gets into a movie trivia zone, you better look out because he is not going to miss. He's not going to blink. He's not going to feel emotion. He's like the shark in Jaws. His eyes just roll the back of his head, and he just keeps chomping points. But in his way, Lightning Liz today, she's been playing so well as of late. You got to wonder who's going to get in whose head first.
Yeah, you wonder if that momentum is really going to carry into today, Ellis. You talk about where these two players have come from in singles. They both come off of a couple of losses, which, you know, that happens in singles. Obviously, you want to go on that run to get to the belt, but this is the starting path back on the right track for both of them. Liz has had the luxury of, as you just mentioned, having that great pay-per-view. She brought it home in round two, as she does. Her and Ethan were so solid there working with one another, but she's all on her own today. And can she lock it down here in singles like she's been doing in teams?
Lightning Liz looking to continue her sterling career, and Mark Reilly looking to etch another chapter, not in the past, but in the present, for the movie Trivia Schmoedown. For a look as to how we got here, I edited this. I'm kidding. I have no skills whatsoever. Just go check.
Damon, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the talk, and I'm tired of the, has he enjoyed a movie in 30 years? I don't think so. Yeah. I don't love Wikipedia pages. I love movies. And I'm going to watch movies and have fun and answer questions. You just say when.
Talk about a guy who literally had a Schmoedown award named after him. At one time was the undisputed GOAT.
He's been in so many big game matches, whether it was the triple threat with Merle and Roca. You can tell his character, and I think that came through tonight in leaps and bounds.
It's too much pressure. Someday, it's all going to just come crumbling down. I watched it happen in a faction I was a part of. Now I'm in something where we have fun.
How you doing? Movie trivia Schmoedown fans, Mark Yodi Reilly here. I like to take a nice long walk.
Where's
before
Leia?
Matches
Show us Leia. Hey, Leia!
in preparation for, having fun.
I'm going with Oliver and Company.
And your
winner!
I've only ever lost to champions. I will just have lost to yet another champion, and that's nothing I'm going to be ashamed of.
Liz Shannon Miller in her rookie season, she had a great start. She was 3-0. She ran into Paul Oyama and then Ben Bateman. Last year, though, is where she really started to shine. She beat William Bibiani. She beat Chance in the tournament, and she lost to Adam Collins. But she had a great season last year, and I think her overall record is something along the lines of 6-3. Now that she's paired up with a Sam Levine and Rachel Cushing, then her knowledge of the game is getting better.
Hi, this is Liz Shannon Miller,
Tank
and I'm
Girl.
excited to be playing Mark Reilly in the Schmoedown. Tank Girl's ready for me, ready to see me do my best.
Liz Shannon Miller. My God, she's dynamic. Kind of scary. So that's why I'm taking this long walk around the neighborhood.
It's been a wild time recently. I've had some ups, I've had some downs. I'm hoping this will be an up, because I could use an up. We could all use an up, I guess, but me especially. I think me especially could use some, positive reinforcement in the way of a win.
But I think sometimes you sell yourself short, Liz. I think if we're being honest, you don't necessarily buy your own hype. I feel like you're one of those players I have to talk into the fact that you belong here.
In general, I come at this, not to be total white girl about it, but trusting in the universe, trusting in my knowledge that I've accumulated over the years, and just hoping it'll carry me forward.
Tank Girl needs more cheese, so gotta take care of that. So gotta keep moving forward, as they say.
I'm a big fan of yours. I'm a huge fan of yours. And frankly, I'm pretty scared to take you on, but I got a lot to prove in this match. I have a lot to prove still in this league.
They always seem to go after me. There always seems to be I really make people uncomfortable in this league because I've done so much, I want to say, but I'm also like that guy that I try real hard and I have fun with this.
I still got it. And I know a lot of you out there know that as well. But I also know a lot of you out there don't think I still got it in me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good match. We're going to have a fun match. And I'm going to prove to the world, Mark Yodi Reilly
Still got it.
still got it.
And in the meantime, I've got all the best coach / pal in the world cheering me on. Well, she just figured out she doesn't have any more cheese. I gotta get on that.
Leia!
Let's have a good one. See you in the ring, Liz.
Yeah, you can clearly tell, Andrew. I did not put that one together. Just another scintillating promo package courtesy of our incredible behind-the-scenes team here at Skybound. And it does remind you that this is not merely a matchup of two great competitors, but when you talk about the Den, when you talk about the Den mother, Kate Mulligan, and the usual suspects' own Sam Levine, they are cordial to each other, but once they get underneath the white-hot competitive spotlight, you're probably going to hear a few verbal jabs lobby back and forth.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if we didn't. And also, both great managers with two very, very different styles of management. You know, Sam is much more of a game player. He's looking at what's going on with the questions, what's going on with the rounds, the pronunciations, the answers from the opponents. While Kate does that very well, she is a lot more of a mental manager. She makes sure her players are exactly where they need to be as they navigate through the rounds, whether they've had a good round 1 or a poor round 2, whatever it may be. Kate always seems to have the right thing to say, and that's why she's been such a dang good manager.
Yeah, she definitely earns the title Den Mother. Sam Levine, I'm not going to call him daddy, but maybe we can give him a fun, drunk uncle, a funkle, if you will, a drunkle.
Yeah, I mean, Molotov cocktails did come up in his last appearance, or one of his last appearances, so that seems like a funkle thing to do, right?
Maybe a couple years past funkle and right into prison. So, you ready to get going here, bud?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am pumped, and now we turn it over to Mr. Christian Harloff.
It's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown! 3 rounds in the singles division. Introducing first, representing the usual suspects with a record of 6 wins, 4 defeats, and 2 knockouts. It's Lightning Liz Shannon Miller!
Why, that's me. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Liz. It is great to see Lightning once again in her trademark hat. So, we got to ask about, you're playing so well right now, but we also have an all-time legend. So, do you approach this match any differently? I mean, Yodi is one of the founders, one of the pillars, one of the very first people to achieve true greatness in the Schmoedown. Does that play into your thinking at all going into this match?
I mean, not necessarily. I think it's always great to play people who have great experience in the game and really understand it, because at the very least, like, we're not like away from the rules or anything, and I trust them to not only play the game but play well, you know, tough forward. So yeah, it's, you know, I'm looking forward to it. He seems like a nice fella so far, and that's generally.
My arms are starting to hurt. I'm sorry.
You know, Liz,
I won't even have enough energy left for the
You do
dance
seem to be one of the
music.
nicest, calmest players under pressure. What's your secret? I'm sure there's a lot of other competitors out there that wish they could tap into that sense of zen that you have in the best and in the worst moments of your matches.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, because it certainly doesn't feel that way. I think it's just kind of, you know, trying to keep it cool. Like, I feel like, you know, if you get panicked or overworked, doesn't do anyone any good. And also, apparently, we're not allowed to swear. And so a lot of
this
what
is
you
not
see
a big
sometimes
effing deal.
is me just holding back all the curse words that I normally use on a regular basis. So that's mostly it. It's just me doing my best to not swear, and as a result, coming off much calmer than I usually feel.
Well, that is really effing appreciated. And judging by your shirt, your opponent is not going to be Lenny or Squiggy. Who is it going to be, Christian?
And her opponent,
representing the dead, with a record of 13 wins, 9 defeats, and 4 knockouts. He's the former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the
two-time champion, Mark Yodi Reilly!
Oh, hi, guys. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing today on this special Schmoedown? Happy to be here.
It is a special Schmoedown when Mark Reilly's competing in it. You hear the intro, and you hear 13 wins, you hear former champ, you hear all these great accolades about the past. But my question is, much like the movie Rocky Balboa, what is the stuff that is still in your proverbial basement? What is still stoking that flame for you to get in the ring and compete at a high level in 2021?
Hey, I don't know. In the basement are a lot of movies that I store because I have so many, and that's kind of what's going on in my basement. I got a lot of movies and a lot of movie trivia and a lot of competition still left in me. I like watching these kids just run around and just talk, you know, all their smack on Twitter, and I just sit there and watch and go, I'm always ready to play. I'm always wanting to play and have fun. That's the key here, fun. All these movies in the basement, well, they're in alphabetical order. What can I say?
Wow.
That's Very
Respect.
OCD of you, but also very respectful, Reilly.
By
I
genre.
gotta ask, man, you have climbed the mountain. You have been a Rushmore contender. You still are a Rushmore contender. What do you want out of the MTS at this point in 2021? You know, it's been 5 years. Do you want a teams belt? Do you want another singles belt? Do you want both? What do you want, Mark Reilly?
Right now, I just want to win this match.
Yeah,
guy.
he just wants to
That's
play.
all I care about. I am the ball. You know, the future, it's difficult to see. Always in motion is the
Always
future.
the motion.
So
Always the
I
motion
go
the
at it
future
that
is.
way. What Yoda says. You just got to take each match as they come. If the opportunity presents itself for a teams match, for singles, this is my first. If I get some wins under me, then we can start building those blocks to a potential championship later on down the line.
Well, we could be building the blocks of that today, or we could see another sterling performance from Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. Let's have our opponents meet face-to-face. Of course, Lightning Liz Shannon Miller, and next to her, the man whose difference between him and a 900-year-old Muppet is only a vowel. We are now going to get to the rules of round number one. Round number one features 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie
It took me a
trivia,
while to
Schmoedown,
get there,
know-how.
but
Each question
I
takes a
got
point.
there in the
There's
end.
no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least there isn't in round number one. We'll ask the question. You have 15 seconds to get that correct answer written down. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself another 15 seconds to get that correct answer from the basement onto the front of your mind. Use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge you may utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. We'll bring in managers. It'll be a big deliberation party, and it will ultimately be your manager that confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. And so now we have questions, not of the trivia sort, just simply Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. Are you ready to compete?
Clever catchphrase here.
And Mark Yodi Reilly.
What did Superman do? Huh? What did he do? He flies. He flies and yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah.
Ellis, are you ready?
Oh yeah, I was born ready.
Then let's get ready to
Schmoedown!
3 rounds in the single division, starting with 8 questions worth 1 point apiece from all over the movie trivia universe. Your first category for your first question is musicals. Musicals for your first point. This 1970s musical features a greaser gang called the T-Birds and a clique called the Pink Ladies.
You a song and dance guy? You got some moves. Do you ever dream of being on stage?
I just don't do well under the pressure.
4, 3, 2, 1. You're doing great so
I
far.
have a
kid. Let's
guess,
go to
but
Mark
I'm pretty
Yodi
sure
Reilly.
it's a good one.
Be Grease.
Grease?
It is the word.
Oh,
that
it
does
is
have
Grease.
It's a real pea wagon. Grease.
That's a movie I haven't seen in a very long time.
True as well, and oh so close. Your next question is in the world of crime movies, and the question: which actor plays Vince Mancini, the nephew of Michael Corleone, in The Godfather Part 3?
So I think this might lose me my
I didn't
job,
see
Ellis,
that
but
one.
I've only seen each
Never-
of these 3 Godfathers
Well,
once in my
As long
whole
as-
life.
As long as you've seen the
Didn't hear a lot
first
of
2,
good
I would
things
say.
about that
You're
movie, so you can
Cool.
kind of
Yes,
guess
I
why.
have.
but-
And Sam just fired me.
2. 1. Private chat does not count for firing. Pens down. Let's go to Lightning.
I do not think I have it, but I put down Scott Conn anyway.
It is not Scott Conn. Does Reilly have it?
Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia it is, and it is an early 2-1 lead for Yodi, going back to Andrew
This
for
might
question
be-
3.
All right, question 3
this
coming
might
from
be
the
day
category
this marker
of
finally
animated.
craps out on itself.
Which Pixar film features the characters Carl, Ellie, Russell, and Doug?
I love Andy Garcia is just one of those guys that shows up and you're always just like, oh, you're here, thank you.
Yeah, he's so smooth. He just like looks so smooth always.
5. Just like us,
That's
4.
my
3.
Does that repeat the question, Liz?
No.
Repeat the question.
Oh no, sorry, I misheard.
No.
It was not a JTE roll, so the countdown is complete, and we go to Yodi for his attempt.
It is Yoop. Not up, it's
is
Yoop.
correct. And Liz?
That would be up.
also had up, and she is only down a point. It is 3-2 as we pivot to the world of dramas. And your question: who stars as Matt King, a man trying to connect with his daughters after his wife suffers a tragic accident in the 2011 film The Descendants?
I was trying to think of something clever or funny to say, but then that question got pretty dark, so...
Pretty quick. Took a tough turn there.
Yeah, we could just do the countdown, I think, probably.
Our sympathies to this fictional family. 5, 4, 3, 2. Stop laughing, you two. This is serious.
I think I might be thinking of a different
Let's go to Liz
movie.
first.
I'm just thinking about how good he looks in a Hawaiian shirt, George Clooney.
He really does. Mark Reilly can pull off a Hawaiian shirt as well. Did he have the answer?
What I had in mind.
George Clooney looks
He
good in
did.
a Hawaiian shirt.
It's gonna make
Still
me look
perfect.
even more
Halfway through
stupid.
round one, Liz only trails by 1.
That's right. Getting to your 5th question here in round 1, coming from the category of black cinema. The 2017 film All Eyes on Me follows the life of what famous rapper as played by Demetrius Shipp Jr.? Can you rap, Ellis?
That's a negative.
Yeah, me neither.
That'd be a big negative. I have rapped occasionally in the cryotherapy chamber, but that's between me and the chamber.
And
Okay,
attendance.
that's it. I'm
3,
throwing this
2,
thing away.
1. Pens down, and we
I
go
don't even
to
read this,
Mark
but-
Reilly first.
Tupac?
Tupac Shakur.
Tupac
But,
is correct.
yeah.
Liz.
Tupac Shakur.
Tupac Shakur is correct, and so it is still just a
Today has
1-point
been the
ball
final
game as we
stand
go
of
into your
that
6th
market.
question in round 1, and it's in the delightful
And
world of
good thing I have another
comedies. Thank you,
Damn
Liz.
it.
Riley stoning me. For a point, your question. Which actress plays Lillian, the bride-to-be, in the film Bridesmaids?
You know, I gotta say, this film was really hyped for me, Ellis, and I
Yeah.
still adored it.
Oh, one of the hardest laughs I've ever had in a theater. It's so good. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat question.
Going for your first
thank you,
JT
Riley,
rule.
thank
Three
you.
category is. What's that?
Repeat the question. I had
Yeah.
Okay.
We got you. It has been noted and ratified. The category is comedies. Haha. The question: which actress plays Lillian, the bride-to-be, in the film Bridesmaids? And that was not just me in the theater. It was a packed theater, and we're just rolling for 2 hours. It was just a
Whoa!
great time.
That's a mistake.
When that happens.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we're going to Lightning Liz first.
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph is correct. She's tied for the moment with Riley. Did he have it?
Maya Rudolph.
Wow!
I
he
can tell by
pulled
the way you wrote it.
He pulled it with
Nice.
the JPE rule. It is still 6-5. Mark Riley still perfect with 2 questions remaining, Andrew.
Here we go, your second to last question coming from the category of horror/thriller. What horror film had the tagline, "No accidents, no coincidences, no escapes. You can't cheat death"?
Well, I think we have a new question that
I
tops
have no
that,
idea, so I'm just
the
gonna let
darkness of
Mark
the Descendants
handle
question.
Yep, I'm glad you took that one because I'm just going to be quiet for 15 seconds.
That's also the tagline for my biopic.
3, 2, 1. Mark Riley first. Did you have it?
Final Destination.
Final Destination is correct. Liz, did you have the title of your biography?
Final Destination. It's everyone's biography.
That is can we give another? I'm being told we can't give another point, but that is also correct. So it is still 7-6. Liz trails by 1. Last question in round number 1. If Mark Riley hits it, he will have a perfect round. This is open to the field, and it is in the category of family films. Who starred in the live-action Disney films The Game Plan and The Tooth Fairy?
It's so crazy that we actually believed in the Tooth Fairy. At least I did.
Why did you use the past tense?
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm hoping it's this one. Not the
I'll
other one.
Google that later. Let's go to Lightning Liz Shannon Miller.
The
I
Rock.
believe it is The Rock, a.k.a. Dwayne Johnson.
It certainly is. And Mark Riley for a perfect round 1.
Dwayne Johnson.
He got it. So it is 8-7. He even gets an applause break from his opponent. It's 8-7. Liz with a fantastic round one. Mark Reilly went perfect. And so, Reilly, you do earn yourself a bonus question attempt. You don't have to write this down. Andrew's going to ask the question. Simply within 15 seconds, wager a guess.
All right, Yodi Reilly, your 9th question here in round number 1 for that bonus point is, in which movie franchise did Nick Stahl and Jason Clarke play the same character in different films?
That'd be the Terminator franchise.
Give him another point, Ellis. That's 9-7 at the end of round number 1. Only a 2-point differential, but a solid opening here for Yodi Reilly.
And we've seen that bonus point loom large in past matches this year. We'll see if it plays in as we head into round number 2. This is the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. Both competitors all over the world. Actually, no, they're both in Southern California. We don't have the wheel just yet. It's still virtual, and so you're going to spin it with your mind. Think really hard. It goes round and round. It'll settle on a category. Once it does, 4 questions from that particular realm will emerge. Each question's worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We're reasonably nice fellas. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes to 1. As far as JTE rules go, Liz Shannon Miller has her full complement. Mark Reilly has 2 left, but it is that young man's decision. Mark Reilly, would you like to spin that wheel first or defer to your opponent?
I'm going to defer.
Well, she did clap for you twice after that sterling round 1, so it's only fair to give back. We're going to drop out Reilly and bring in Liz's manager, Sam Levine.
Oh, hello.
So it turns out I probably should have seen The Godfather Part 3 at some point.
It's
me
fine.
too, I guess.
I mean, it plays on loop in my house. I'll invite you over to watch sometime. Shake it off. This is 2 points.
Yeah. Oh.
This is not a teams match. So every point in round 2 counts for a lot more. And I know how you dominate round 2s. You do.
I do okay.
You do more than okay. So
I just
right
want to make
now
sure
you.
I just want to make sure I take this opportunity to apologize to my father for getting a Godfather question incorrectly. I accept the fact that I've been written out of the will.
It was Godfather Part 3. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
I hope so.
Great. Take your time. You have all your repeats left. Multiple choice if we need. I'm ready to challenge Mark Reilly if he, writes George Clooney with an extra U in there. What was that? But I'm just saying, you got this. I know what Lightning Liz Shannon Miller looks like. So go ahead.
Well, thank you.
Lightning Liz.
All right.
Let's have some fun.
All right.
Here comes the wheel and the spin.
Hey, big money, big money, big money.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
We missed Peter Tamarkin. Gone too soon.
I could still be giving advice right now.
Sigourney Weaver.
Wheel slice lands on Sigourney Weaver. That's a fun one. So do you want to keep that or spin again? 60 seconds to deliberate, team.
How are you feeling?
I could see keeping it, but also, how much have you seen her being played lately?
I think it's come up. They've been on the easier side, but I guess that would be dependent on whether or not you're a Sigourney Weaver fan.
I mean, I enjoy her work.
I enjoy her work.
You know what? I'm gonna roll the dice. Let's spin it again.
Okay, I support this.
All right.
All right, and it spins against Sigourney Weaver, having a tough time getting that crowd support.
We'd like it to land on Spinner's Choice, please.
It might be.
Ooh,
it is Star Trek. And Andrew,
well,
this is an interesting spin for Liz Shannon Miller.
I think you know a thing or two about the Star
She's
Trek.
good in Star Trek.
Good luck to you.
let's see how this goes.
All right, Mark Yodi Reilly is back. The category is Star Trek. We flirted with Sigourney Weaver. We landed on Star Trek. 4 questions for Lightning Liz Shannon Miller in that
Here's a
category.
question,
Keep in
though.
mind,
Does
stealing is available, so we asked both
Galaxy Quest
competitors.
count?
Just keep your hands
Because
where we
Sigourney
can
Weaver
see
was
them
in that.
somewhat. And Andrew,
And it's
at
kind of a
your
Star
ready,
Trek
you are going to
movie.
be asking questions to Liz in the world of Star Trek.
That's right, Liz. 4 questions, each worth 2 points apiece, and you can check down to multiple choice for half that value. Here you go. Start off your first question here in Star Trek. Who directed 2016 Star Trek Beyond?
Oh,
Justin Lin.
yeah.
That is correct for 2 points. We are now looking at a tie ball game here. So move into your second question.
No, I forgot it was.
Which
oh,
Star
no.
Trek film has the tagline, 2 captains, 1 destiny?
Star Trek Generations.
That would be Star Trek Generations.
Got to steal off it the other day. Give him 2 more points right now. Looking at 11-9 here in round number 2. Your penultimate question in Star Trek, Liz. At the funeral for Spock in The Wrath of Khan, Kirk could only bring himself to say, of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most blank.
Yes, that is human.
Yeah, human.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, human. That's what she said.
That is correct for 2 more points. My apologies there, but a perfect round so far for Lightning Liz Shannon Miller, who was definitely giving her name a bit of value with how quickly she's moving through here. Your final question, Liz. Brent Spiner plays 2 androids, Data and B4, in which Star Trek film?
Nemesis.
That is Star Trek Nemesis.
Star Trek Nemesis, yeah.
First be its name.
I don't even know if she needed 15 seconds to
He
go
also
through that
plays
entire
lore, but
round.
that's not in the
Alice, give her
movie,
8
so-
points. Perfect. We're looking at a 15-9 ball game here as we go back over to Mark Reilly.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah, let the fans start debating now. Do we change Lightning Liz to Captain Liz Shannon Miller, an impressive Star Trek?
Captain
So
Liz.
we'll let Liz relax
Captain
with
Liz
the
Shannon
spoils of victory in round 2, and here comes Riley's manager.
Hey, Kate.
The Den Mother, Mullen.
Hey, Kate.
To quote the Blues Brothers, do it with me. Hidey, 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 ho.
Hidey, hidey, hidey,
Yodi, 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 yo. You are, wow, somebody's in the pocket, huh?
Yeah, not
You
bad.
look,
huh?
you look great. That's a perfect first round. It's hard to do. Perfect first round plus a bonus? Who are you today? All right.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's get a good wheel, you know?
Let's
We
get a
gotta
good
have that
wheel,
wheel be nicely to me.
And we know what she did, so we know what we have to match. But also, I loved that you used the JT on that because you actually got that point, which then got you the second point. So just be conservative if you need to. Get the repeats, go to multiple if you have to, but you won't. So I mean, you were looking good.
Thank you. Feeling good.
You looking good. I'm gonna use the last 17 seconds of this to just tell him how good he looks. Girl, you look good.
Oh, thank you.
You look good, Riley.
Oh, thank you.
He does look good.
You're looking good.
Oh,
but also, I don't know if I told you this. You
look
good.
Oh, thank you.
And here comes the wheel.
Okay.
Okay, then it's Star Trek.
Oh, he got Star Trek.
Oh, no.
Spin, it's...
How you didn't have it this time?
Managers don't have to use that 60 seconds.
Whoa, 2 Yodis! What is happening?
It feels like an invite.
There's 2 Yodis!
He
And
did
we're
get
gonna
Star Trek.
Spin it again.
Guess my bit's
Free
not as
spin.
funny now. Free spin.
It was still funny.
Thank you.
Why are there 2 Mark
Round
Rileys?
and round it goes. Opponent's choice
not
lurking
that I'm
out there,
complaining, but
as is
still.
the world of
The
dance
dance-ness.
movies. Mark Reilly, you want to keep dance movies or spin away?
I like dance movies a lot. But I like more slices on here, so let's spin again.
We're in the pocket.
Yeah.
Whose pocket? Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
I like that spin again, Ellis. I like that
think
spin again.
It might matter who's
It doesn't. Don't worry about it.
Might be.
Hey, why don't you?
Yes!
We wanted that!
Oh,
That's what we
boy.
wanted!
Joyce, and so we drop Yodi and Kate out, and we bring back the usual suspects. All right, team, you're back here, maybe on camera sooner than you thought you would appear, but it looks like you are ready, chomping at the bit to give Mark Reilly a category of your choosing. You have 60 seconds for the selection.
Not since I played with a young Drew McWeeny have I seen someone who the wheel favored so much.
Certainly today.
Yeah, I mean, the man spun off of dance movies.
Yeah,
So-
but he said he liked them.
He
I mean,
said he liked
so he
them, but then he
says.
spun away from it.
I mean, I just think
It
dance
could
movies
just
is
be
a
part of
super
the
fun category,
strategy.
And I happen to know for a fact that we made PJ rewrite a whole bunch of new questions for dance movies, and he should have the opportunity to test them out. So why don't we go ahead and go with dance movies?
I'm gonna go ahead and say I agree. Let's do dance movies, please.
Let's do dance movies. Have fun with dance movies, Riley. I bet you will.
All right, dance movies is his
Well, he
selection.
said he likes
Dance
them.
movies? Well, all right.
I will point out the very first question of the match, there's a lot of dancing, and you both got it right. So, Mark Reilly, 4 questions in the world of dance. You have
Dance.
2 points per question unless you need multiple choice. And here we go with your dance movies. Question 1. Which actress plays Lily, a dancer who Natalie Portman's character becomes competitive with in the film Black Swan?
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, 2 Israeli women.
Shut
just
Up, Meg
going
is
at each
correct
other.
for 2 points. And it is just like that, a 4-point ball game. Reilly continues in the category of dance. Mark, which actor danced his way through the classic musicals An American in Paris and Anchors Away? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire is incorrect. And so for a 2-point steal, Liz, I'm going to repeat the question. Which actor danced his way through the classic musicals An American in Paris and Anchors Away?
Fairly confident that's Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly is correct for 2 points, and that is a massive steal courtesy of Captain Lightning. It is 17-11, so it's still a 6-point ball game. Mark Reilly has
Lightning
2
versus
questions
Super
left in his
Reilly.
round of dance to recover from that blow. And we go
Super
to your
Yoda.
third question. This is your penultimate in the world of dance, Mr. Reilly, and it is Havana Nights is the subtitle. Is the subtitle, excuse me, of the sequel to what 1980s dance film?
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing is correct. That gets him back on the answering train. 17-13 at this point, and he can cut the lead all the way down to 2 if he gets his final question in the world of dance movies correct, and it is. In the film Magic Mike XXL, Richie dances to a song by which popular boy band in a convenience store?
Oh, God. Let me...
I mean,
You can sing it. I'm for it.
I'm just gonna guess and say the Backstreet Boys because that's the only
Let's
thing that
go
comes
with
to my
multiple
mind.
choice.
Multiple choice. Your 4 options for a point. Is it A, NSYNC, B, the Backstreet Boys, C, New Kids on the Block, or D, 98 Degrees?
Let's go Backstreet Boys because their songs are ridiculously overused in movies today. So, Backstreet Boys.
Can we repeat the...
4. You want to repeat the options?
Yeah.
You may do that without use of a JTE rule once, and your options are: is it A, NSYNC, B, the Backstreet Boys, C, New Kids on the Block, or D, 98 Degrees?
I'm going to go with Backstreet Boys.
Well, it
He
is
wanted it
Backstreet
that
Boys,
way,
apparently.
and he got it. That is a
that
big
makes them
point. I'm going to
larger
guess
than life.
somewhat of a guess itself for the point there, Andrew Guy. Mark Reilly got it, and that cuts the lead to 3 as we head in to round number 3. This is the round that will determine the match. 17-14 in favor of Captain Lightning, Liz Shannon Miller. And in round number 3, here's the rules. Each competitor is going to have 3 questions total. These questions are worth 2, 3, and then 5 points for the final one. We arrive at these questions thanks to you. You're going to give us a series of numbers. We need 3 numbers from each of you. Each integer may range between 1 and 20. And that numeral will correspond to a unique category of movie trivia Schmoedown wisdom. JTE rules and challenges still in effect. So we do go to Lightning Liz Shannon Miller first. You enjoyed a 3-point lead over Mark Yodi Reilly. So Liz, would you like to give us your 3 lucky numbers now? From 1 to 20, what feels fortunate?
I'll go with 15, 16, and 17.
15, 16, and 17, keeping it easy for us and Reilly.
2, 19, and 7.
That'll be tougher to remember, but I'll try to keep it in the noggin. Thank you very much. Reilly trails him by 3 to Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. And so we're going to drop out Yodi. We're going to bring back Liz's manager, Sam Levine.
Hey, Sam.
Oh, hey Liz. That was a pretty good second half of round 2 there. I'm pleased with the way that turned out. So look, we got the math on our side right now. It's a 3-point difference, so he's going to have to answer his 2-pointer and his 3-pointer.
At least it's 3.
You have all your JTEs left. Use them if you need. Take all the time you need to make sure you are fully, convinced of your answer, and just keep having fun. You're in the zone. I'm not going to stop you. I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you, Sam.
Very, very classy of you. Yeah, okay. So we'll drop out Lightning Liz and Sam Levine, and it's Kate Logan, the Dead Mother.
Hey again. Missing is not the same as losing. Right?
Exactly, and that was I had one or the other, and I thought I had it. So you gotta
listen,
take the swings.
You gotta take the swings. And by the way, you landed that Backstreet Boys one. Do you feel a little bit bad you got that right? That's embarrassing.
Just a smidge. It's fine.
I would like to use the rest of my time to tell Liz that she also looks good. Come on, Sam. Use your time. Compliment your player. But for real, Reilly, I know what it feels like right now. Guess what?
I probably shouldn't.
I would love this match, this game so much more.
Reilly's fingernails really are that long.
That whoever's leading going into round 3 actually is going to be the winner. Because I got to tell you, more times than not, it's not the way it goes. And today, that could really work in our favor. A lot of times it doesn't. It doesn't sometimes, but it's not over. If it was over, we would be doing a post interview right now. So just stay in the pocket, stay where you are. You are having fun.
I'm having fun. I love this. Let's do this.
All right, thank you. There they are. Mark Yodi, Reilly, a legend of the game, and Lightning Liz Shannon Miller etching her name into Schmoedown immortality as well. Only one's going to win this match. It's currently a 3-point lead for Lightning Liz, so that means Mark Yodi Reilly is going to have to field some questions first. Andrew Guy will be administering them. Andrew, Mark selected number 2 for his 2-point question. What's he looking at?
Well, 2 is going to go to the category of TC legend himself, Tom Cruise, one of my favorite actors out there in the world. And Reilly, for your 2-point question, in category of Tom Cruise, in which 2000s film does Cruise appear opposite Meryl Streep and Robert Redford?
Lions for Lambs.
Give him 2 points. That is correct. There, we're looking at a 16-17 score, which means, Reilly, you do have to hit your 3. And for your 3-point question, you selected number 19. Number 19 is going to go to another very famous actor out there in Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster for your 3-point question and to take the lead, Mark. Here we go. Screenwriter Drew Pearce made his theatrical directing debut with what 2018 sci-fi film that stars Jodie Foster, Sofia Boutella, and Dave Bautista?
Oh, God. Bautista.
Is it? No.
5, 4, 3.
Let's repeat the question, please.
The second one has 1 remaining.
Category of Jodie Foster for 3 points. Screenwriter Drew Pearce made his theatrical directing debut with what 2018 sci-fi film that stars Jodie Foster, Sofia Boutella, and Dave Bautista?
That specific combination of actors really disturbed me. I'm remembering names of movies, that is.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hotel Artemis.
He gets it in time. He gets 3 more
I thought it was Hotel Artemis, but I thought it was 2019.
Mark Yodi Reilly to bring the score to 19 to 17. Ellis, Liz now has to hit her 2.
I did have
going over
Hotel
to you, brother.
Artemis. I just
That's right. Now Liz's 2 would tie the lead of Mark Yodi Reilly, racking every ounce of his brain power underneath that beautiful head of hair to pull Hotel Artemis. And so now Lightning Liz, no longer in the running for a TKO, looking to outright win the match, starting with her 2-pointer in round number 3. Liz, you selected number 15.
Great movie, by the way.
For your 2-point question. That corresponds to 2010's movies. We just had a decade. It didn't end all that great, but we just had it. 2010's is the category. And your 2-pointer to tie the lead of Yodi. Which actor stars in the following 2010's films? The Eagle, The Vow, and Foxcatcher?
That'll be Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
Is correct. For 2 points, and Andrew, it is all knotted up at 19 apiece.
Tied up here at 19, which means we have to go back over to Mark Yodi Reilly to hit his
Actually,
five.
we
no. This happened last time.
It's very exciting. Dogs are barking. Ambulance is going off. And that is just another day in the movie trivia Schmoedown. So we do stick with Liz for her 3-pointer. Liz, you selected number 15 for your 2-pointer. Then you went to 16, conveniently for us. And Joe Montana's lucky number corresponds to the world of fantasy science fiction.
I've heard of it.
Fantasy sci-fi for short. And your 3-pointer, which could give you a 3-point lead, is in the film Blade Runner 2049.
Speaking of Dave Bautista,
who plays Gaff, a role he has played before in the original Blade Runner film?
That'd be Edward James Olmos.
And that is correct for 3 points. And Andrew, Lightning Liz, not blinking. 3 points ahead once again of Mark Yodi Reilly. So we go back to Reilly for a 5-pointer. He's got to have.
That's right, Reilly. For your 5-point question, you chose lucky number 7, which is going to correlate to the category of family films. Family films for your 5-point question, and to send it back over to Lightning Liz.
Oh, Jesus.
Greg Heffley is the 12-year-old protagonist, played by actor Zachary Gordon, in what 2010 family film?
Oh, God.
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the
2.
question, please.
That's its final JTE rule.
Reilly, your final repeat here for 5 points in the category of family films. Greg Heffley is the 12-year-old protagonist, played by actor Zachary Gordon, in what 2010 family film?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
That is correct.
Whoa!
Another last-second grab for 5 points.
Whoa!
Reilly hits it once again.
I don't know. Andrew, he might have known Hotel Artemis and Diary of a Wimpy Kid right off the bat. We don't have that kind of intel, but the fact that he literally has his wires crossed right now might give us some intuition that those were some incredibly fortunate predictions on his part. But the game is not over yet, folks, because Lightning Liz had a 3-point lead, and now Mark Reilly has a 2-point lead as Lightning Liz now forced to hit her 5-point question.
What a
24 to 22. Liz, you selected number 17 for your 5-point question. It's Doug Williams' legendary number, and here it corresponds to the world of biopics.
Biopics.
And your question. For 5 points and the win. What 2000s biopic featuring Kevin Bacon has the line, "I shall be your fiercest adversary. I shall come at you with everything I got because the limelight can only shine on one of us"?
Hands up, competitors.
5, 4, 3,
Repeat the question.
2. That's your first usage of a JTE rule. You still have 2 remaining. Category is biopics. And the question, what 2000s biopic featuring Kevin Bacon has the line, "I shall be your fiercest adversary. I shall come at you with everything I got because the limelight can only shine on one of us"?
Hands up, please.
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Okay, second one. You still have 1 remaining. Category is biopics. The question, what 2000s biopic featuring Kevin Bacon has the line, "I shall be your fiercest adversary. I shall come at you with everything I got because the limelight can only shine on one of us"?
I got one left.
You got one left. 5, 4,
Repeat.
3. Okay. Category is biopics. The question: what 2000s biopic featuring Kevin Bacon has the line, "I shall be your fiercest adversary. I shall come at you with everything I got because the limelight can only shine on one of us"? Five, 4, 3.
Elizabeth the Golden Mage.
And your winner, Mark Yodi Reilly! Looking for Frost Nixon. Frost Nixon was the movie. 2 of the most difficult 5-pointers that I can ever remember hearing. Mark Reilly gets his, and that is the razor-thin difference between him and Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. Marvelously played match by these 2 competitors, and the Den is all smiles. Going to let them celebrate for just a sec before being interviewed by Jenster. Andrew, I mean, I've called a lot of these matches. Those were 2 incredibly challenging 5-pointers. Both competitors fielding the question well, wagering solid guesses, but Mark's, it appears, was a total guess, and he ended up getting it right.
I don't know what is in the water wherever Mark Reilly's staying right now, but he seemed to have all the luck on his side today, which is crazy to say because he did spin opponent's choice. But you talk about the way he navigated through that category. He came out alive, which is really all you want to do when you hit another one of your opponent's strengths. I mean, Liz Shannon Miller has proved many, many times she is an ace with dance films, which is why you saw that skill come so easily to her. But Reilly did what you want him to do. He's a pro. He's a vet. He's an ex-champion. He stayed locked in, exactly like what Kate said for him to do. And here we are. The 5-pointer, the great equalizer, ends up bouncing in Yodi's favor. Tough break for Liz Shannon Miller, but what an incredible match, man.
Yeah, she barnstormed round 2. She crushed Star Trek. Reilly getting saddled with opponent's choice after having a perfect round number 1. And so back and forth match, whole lot of drama, a lot of fun. And at the end, another great competition here in the Schmoedown. And so now for an exclusive interview with the winner of today's match, Mark Yodi Reilly, and his manager, Kate Mulligan of the Den, we turn it over to Jen Sturgeon.
A big congratulations to the Den today and to Mark Reilly on this win. Mark, how does this victory feel today? I know that it's been one of those, you've had a roller coaster in singles, you know?
Yeah.
You didn't become one of the legends of the game for no reason. So, but obviously coming off some losses, this win has to give you some kind of hope for the near future.
It does. I mean, it was a hard-won victory. You know, I was really thrown by the missing that 2-pointer. So that, you know, I had to get back on there. But look, I know that this is a game that takes a lot. So it feels good to win, I guess.
Kate?
Yes.
No, I'm just asking you for your input.
So is it Leia
it
crying
feels
like
weird
that? Or is it
in
Kevin
here.
right now?
Listen, this is what I'll say. Reilly, so you hear that it's a 2010s family film movie. Like, talk us through that process, I guess, so that we can be real clear about what you were thinking. Because I also feel like this is part of the reason why this feels this way is because this is what keeps happening, which is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like,
Well, 2010s. I knew that the author had self-published the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, and that Disney had bought them and made them movies. And I remember seeing those things, and it was that kind of stuff that I went, I think it's that, because I've never heard of the actor, and I just kind of went with, well, it's a wimpy kid. That was the one thing that popped in my head, and I couldn't pull anything else. So.
love it. I love it. I love those.
Any thoughts on your competitor today and Liz Shannon Miller?
She's awesome. She's amazing. That was her, and her Star Trek role was incredible. Giving me dance movies. Thank God. I got
the
a few
wheel
that
was
I
not
knew.
kind to you today. That's for sure.
No. But I had a good first round, and I'm glad that I had enough to pull it through because she's going to be taking out her next competitor for sure.
It's so crazy though, because it's almost like Kate called her shot. You know, she pointed to the bleachers and she gave you, this is where this one's going. And she told you you're not out of this yet going into that third round.
We've been on the wrong end of that a lot. So I also know why this feel like it. If you lose the whole match and then you lose in the 5 and on the 5, it's like it feels better almost. Yeah. There's something about it does, because at least you feel like you earned that loss. Yeah. Whereas Liz now is going to be like, I played better in the second round than he did. He played better than me in the first round, but it just came down to him knowing his 5-pointer and me not knowing mine. And it's a not great feeling. And to Liz, I would say the number of times that we've been there with our competitors on the Den and that has not worked in our favor. It's not a fun way to lose. And it just sort of, I think the bottom line is we see Liz Shannon Miller and she's incredible. And there's no reason why, it's just it. And yes, the wheel luck was not in our favor. It's just sort of feels like the theme of our season, honestly. But that being said, Reilly did what he needed to do. He delivered in the third round. And I feel honestly, to me, I hope Liz still hangs. I mean, of course she's going to hang her head high on this. I think Liz is in contention to be up on that Rushmore alongside Yodi, honestly. But I also don't like to say too many nice things about the competitor. So back to Reilly. I'm proud of you, man. And I know you really needed this W today.
Thank you. Feels good to have a W.
Absolutely. What does this win mean for the Den?
It means I'm dropping Reilly because we just want to go out on high. No, you're going to see Reilly again this season for sure.
Awesome.
I'm not going to say which tournament. But you're going to see Reilly in a tournament.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I think I might know some stuff about that.
Congratulations today again, guys.
I'll keep it to myself at the moment.
See you again soon.
Thank you.
Back to the desk.
All right, Andrew, that is a very jubilant Den, and Mark Yodi, Reilly getting a big victory. I think for his career, sure, but also just for him because it's just he wants to get that taste back in his mouth, and he accomplished a massive feat today over one of the best players in the movie trivia Schmoedown across division lines in Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. It's not on her that she took the L. It's just Mark Reilly and her both had very tough 5-pointers.
Yeah, I want to piggyback on everything that you just said there, because when you're a player like Mark Reilly, you know your potential. You know how great that you can be and how great that you've been. But I'm sure, the fans, and I'm sure a lot of other competitors, you start to doubt yourself if you have a couple losses in a row. And, he starts off perfect, then he hits opponents, and he has this big deficit to overcome in round number 3. It's really easy to get in your own head. But Reilly just had a great sense about him with pulling the trigger on his gut instinct with Backstreet Boys, with this 3, with this 5. And that's what you want to see when you're talking about the best of the best firing on all levels. And Mark Reilly firing on all levels is a very scary competitor to run into.
As is Lightning with Shannon Miller, especially when she had Star Trek in round number 2. Coming up just a little short today, but we do have an interview with her and her manager, Sam Levine of The Usual Suspects, right now with Jen Sturgeon.
Oh, I didn't know we were bringing cats to the post-interview. I mean, trust me, I've got plenty to pick from over here.
Well, Tank Girl has heard what you've said, and she's very offended and is clearly leaving now. She's not usually a lap cat, but she clearly knew I needed a little TLC at the moment. That's all right. I'm good. I mean, I have serious questions about what we're going to call a biopic going forward. I mean, I'm not going to nitpick and I'm not going to challenge or anything, but I do not think I love the movie Frost Nixon, actually. I've seen it a number of times. That's why I did not get it, because I do not think of that film as a biopic. I think of it as a historical drama.
Gotcha.
So I was thinking about more of your, movie starring Chadwick Boseman type biopics.
Gotcha.
Not just that. That's a reference to Chadwick Boseman playing a number of historical figures.
Historical figures, for sure.
In actual biopics.
In films that you would consider biopics. Where it's
on
strictly about one person and not about a series of events.
Yeah, all the biopics.
That's just me getting hung up on the categorization. The question itself was totally clear, and Reilly played a hell of a match, and I'm just. I'm holding my hat up high, and I really appreciate all the kind words they had to say about me, and it was a great game, and it just worked out the way it did.
let's be clear, Liz. You played a hell of a match too. I mean, if I don't know if there's people that are more consistent for a good round 2 than you at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I think that is one area that you absolutely shine. I think as long as you can, get your round 3 questions and, kind of temper the anxiety that comes with those round 3 questions, like, you're going to be an unstoppable force.
Thank you. Yes, and also, I mean, I don't know actually if I should actually sit down and watch The Godfather or refuse to watch it now out of spite. I might just look at the
watch the first 2 again. Those are always good.
Yeah, those are good.
Watch the third one for the Schmoedown stuff.
Yeah, the coda where he recut everything together, so it's good. Because The Godfather was such a bad movie before. But yeah, no, I'm feeling fine. I mean, not great, but I've definitely had worse losses that hurt more, and in the long run, it was just a great day to get out there and play.
You know what, though? I think while these losses may hurt more, I think we also learn a lot more from them. So I don't think that this is one of those losses that you should let sting too hard. It should be more of one of those ones where you're like, oh, I see what happened there, and it won't ever happen again. You know what I mean? Like, you learn from these type of experiences. I think Sam can tell you that more than anyone in this league can.
Absolutely. I lost to Mark, both Marks who were involved in this match, and those losses only made me want to, get in there again and play harder and show the league that I felt like I was the player.
I mean, I know Mark Reilly beat him
were
once,
expecting me to be, hoping me to be, and that I deep inside knew that I was. And hell, you've already proved that time and time again. You don't have anything left to prove. And I mean, there is no question that you are a top caliber player. There's so many reasons that you got the invitation to join the Suspects in the free agency period, and I am always damn proud of you for the way you play. And you played an excellent match today, and things did not go our way, but such is luck, I guess.
Indeed.
Well, best of luck to you the rest of the season, Liz. Trust me, it is not over yet for you. I have very good feeling about this. Trust me, you will only bounce back from this match.
Great, thank you.
Take care, guys.
I agree with Jen Sturger, as I usually do, in that it's just really the beginning for Lightning Liz, Shannon Miller. And if you need a study case in rebounding from tough losses, you just look to the guy who got the W here today, Mark Yodi Reilly. It's just the way the ball bounces sometimes, Andrew.
Yeah, he's a former champion. It's never a shame to lose to a former champion. They've been there, they've climbed the mountain, they've been the best for a reason. So when you go head-to-head to him, when you go toe-to-toe, and you have the match just maybe not go the way you want at the very end, I mean, she said she even had seen Frost Nixon. She maybe just got hung up too much on the category. It happens to the best of us. But that means she knew the answer, right? That means it was still back there in her mind. And you talk about what she's doing in teams right now with Ethan Irwin, and I'm sure she's going to have a quick return to singles. I would not sleep on Liz Shannon Miller right now. Lightning is a threat to be reckoned with. And as you can hear in Sam's voice, he knows that. I think he's honestly more upset today just because he's going to take him longer to get that belt as a manager through Liz Shannon Miller than maybe he would have liked here in singles.
It was an incredible match between two competitors who we're going to look back on their careers someday, decades from now, and say the two of a few that might be the best to ever do it. That's going to do it for us here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown today. Thank you to the usual suspects and the Den for being such game competitors and managers. To that guy right over there, Mr. Andrew Guy, our hardworking team behind the scenes at Skybound, and our incredible writing staff, and of course, Jen Sturger and Christian Harloff. For Andrew Guy, I'm Mark Ellis, and we'll see you soon here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Okay, so my boy took the win, and I could not be more happy about it. It's such a great poll with the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like, where do you pull that one up? And I'm glad he kind of gave us the process in the post interview. Also, it's a really tough loss for Liz Shannon Miller because she clearly knew the answer. She just got a little caught up with the whole what is a biopic and what isn't, and I'm thinking that's really what threw her off eventually. So yeah, it's tough to lose on a situation, a scenario like that when you know the answer, you just don't think that's the answer they're looking for. So yeah, it can get very annoying, and yeah, that's just the way the game goes sometimes. As for me, I got myself 10 points, mostly because of the Star Trek questions, and I guessed on the Backstreet Boys question. Actually, I'm surprised I scored as high as I did in this match, but that's irrelevant. What is relevant is Mark Reilly got himself another victory for himself, for the Den, for his legacy, and yeah, I can't wait to see him play again. And obviously, like I said earlier, I'm meeting him later tonight for a writers' room meeting on his Patreon, and well, I'll just there's a couple more Schmoedown matches I want to watch tonight before Collision starts, so I should probably get around to that. So see you then, everybody. Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, cause I really enjoyed making it. So if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.